We will start with the multidimensional consciousness, and wow, big surprise, we have an exercise. So even it's a theoretical part, we will now do a very, very brief and short exercise, and I will explain what is behind that exercise now. That has a meaning, a deeper meaning, as you at the moment might believe, you may believe. So this exercise is quite easy. It's not too complicated. And you see on that slide that picture of a rose. And what we are doing now, I will lead you to that through that process. I will lead you to a very, very light alpha state, and let yourself surprise what will happen. Okay? So for that, it's very easy. Please relax in your seat. That means sit in an upright position. Then look to your muscles, whether they are okay for you, that you have a relaxed state. And then now do the following. Please close your eyes. And then breathe slowly and very relaxed. Focus on your breath. And you are very relaxed at the moment. And now, please visualize a rose, a red rose. Look at the rose, at the size of the rose, the color. You can even touch in your thoughts, in your image, with your right hand, the blossom of the rose, and feel the surface of the blossoms. And you even can smell the rose, this wonderful flower. Now, the first number which now comes into your mind, please remember. And open your eyes. So that's very important, that the first idea which comes into your mind, the first number, and that could be like a visible number which was painted, or just a number which was appearing in your thoughts, for example. It is totally different, or could be totally different for the participants. Please make a note of that number. That is a very important number. And if you like, you can put the first number which comes in your mind or came into your mind, you can put that on the chat. I will give you some seconds, and I will have a look who has some idea of a number suddenly. Please just write down in the chat, and yes, I will explain you what happened now. That was actually your first contact. Of the contact you will have next week with our star sisters and brothers. That is the contact being, which today already give you an information, send you an information. The exercises are 637, excellent, Beverly. This information, you can ask about the meaning of that number. Your star sister or star brother you will meet next weekend in the practical exercise, and what is behind that number. Yeah, I know that was a little bit a trick, and this is a very interesting trick, because we use that all the times during the events because of one reason. Because the participants are not expecting anything in that moment by just visualizing a flower. The barrier between the left brain and the right brain is lowered. And we will cover that topic a little bit later. Because that is lowered, the right part of the brain is open for telepathic communication. So even it's a scientist, for example, he's able to receive the first telepathic information, and that gives trust to them. And that is a very important thing if you run your own events in the telepathy center, that all the people doing that possibly for the first time telepathic communication has a very early success, and they recognize that it's not too complicated to communicate telepathically, you know. And they got an idea how fine this kind of communication is. We have some participants expecting a loud noise or loud voice talking with them. Yes, sure, that is possible during telepathic communication, but that is not standard as far as we have our own experiences. It's more this very fine communication. And I will a little bit explain the trick with the rose or with the flower a little bit later if you go into the deep of the theoretical parts. And then I think it is a little bit clearer what we did and why you received that information, which was very, very easy. And if you look to the chat and see the 637 by Beverly is also very interesting information, because normally she would, when asked for a number, not saying 637, for example, it possibly would be another number. So a different number we are not expecting is a very good hint that we have received the telepathic information. And for that, I would like to mention another thing. The telepathy events we run are very much supported, very strongly and deep supported by our star sisters and star brothers. That means, for example, for that exercise, we had discussed that with our star sisters and brothers, what we are planning for that telepathy seminar, asked for their support, and described exactly what the slides will be and at which time they then should send the information. And that's what we have done in that small experiment. You can use in your own telepathy center with your own within your own activities. And as I mentioned before, you will have contact to the beings who sent you that number a few seconds ago next week, and you can then start to deepen your communication with them. Okay, just a little trick I would like to say, and I promise that was the only trick during that webinar presentation. So now let's move forward.